3 weeks of anti-government protests in Colombia have sparked concerns of civil war, while oil companies are now being forced to turn off the taps. Protests and roadblocks have forced GeoPark, an independent oil company, to start controlled production shut-ins at 2 blocks, and drilling and maintenance in other fields has been suspended. Colombia's anti-government protests began with a national strike on April 28 that was called by various civil society and trade union groups in response to President Ivan Duque's controversial tax reform proposal. That was the trigger, but the underlying situation that led to the protest ranges from rapidly rising poverty and police brutality to corruption and poor health care. The president's proposed tax reform would increase the tax burden for many Colombians and businesses that are already suffering severely from the pandemic. The protests show no sign of abating, and while they are not directed at the oil industry, oil and gas companies are among the casualties. The roadblocks are preventing the transportation of vital supplies, including water, fuel, and parts, which is forcing some onshore petroleum companies to shutter wells and delay exploration and development activities. Colombia's fourth largest onshore oil producer, Gran Tierra Energy, has shuttered oil fields in the Middle Magdalena Valley and Putumayo basins. Parex Resources, the third largest oil producer, has delayed its drilling program. The country's largest driller, state-owned Ecopetrol, is still pumping oil, but the industry is watching closely for any changes in its status. If the government fails to find a peaceful resolution to the protests soon, the country faces a serious decline in its petroleum industry, which was responsible for nearly 1/5 of government revenue in 2020.